Hello everyone and welcome to Coding Cart. So in this session we are going to solve one hackering problem from the topic trees in data structure. So you can see here the problem name is top view. So let me first explain you here. So in this problem you will be given one binary tree. For example, suppose so here we will be given one binary tree. Suppose this is my binary tree having value, suppose here 10, this is 12, this is 15, suppose this is 11 and this is 5. Now what we have to do here is, suppose we want to view this tree from the top. So which nodes will be visible? If you see this tree from the top, you will be able to see this node, correct? This node, this one and this one. We won't be able to see this node cause this node will be hidden. Correct? Only these nodes will be visible. So what we have to do here is we have to print those nodes which are visible from the top. So we will be able to see 5, 10, 12 and 15. So this is our required result. Let me take another example. Suppose we have one binary tree like this. Suppose having value 5, 3 and suppose 9. Whenever we are going to see this tree from the top, we are able to see all these nodes. Our output will be, suppose we are printing the output from left to right. So our output will be 3, this node is visible, 5, this will be visible and 9. This will be our output, correct? Suppose we have a tree like binary tree like node, node and node. All the nodes are on the right side. Suppose this is having value 5, 6 and 7. Now when we see this tree from the top, on the right side nodes will be visible, nothing is on the left side. So our output will be, we have to move from left to right, correct? So from left to right, 5, 6 and 7. This will be my output, correct? And same goes with the left side. Suppose this is my binary tree having value, suppose 5, 3 and 2. So when we see this tree from the top, only these nodes will be visible. So our output will be from left to right. So 2, 3 and 5, correct? Let us take another scenario. Suppose we have a tree like this one, and suppose here the node is exceeded. Suppose this is my binary tree. So when we are going to see this tree from the top, you can see here, if you are viewing this tree from the top, we will be able to see this node as well. This node won't be visible, it will go inside this one. We will be able to see this node and this node. These two nodes will be hidden, correct? Suppose this value is 5, this one is suppose 3, this one is suppose 10, this is 9, suppose this is 20, this is suppose 16, this is suppose 15 and this one is suppose 14, correct? So what will be our output? We have to print the output from the left side, correct? So from the left side our output will be 14, 3, 5, 10 and then 20. This node, this node, this node, this node and this node. We won't be able to see this node and this node. These three nodes will get hidden behind these outer nodes, correct? So our output will be this one. Let us take another tree. For example, suppose we have one node, this is root node, one left child, right child, suppose one more left child. We have one node over here and another node, and suppose one another node. Okay, now suppose we are seeing from the top. So this node will be printed, correct? Again this node will be printed, this node will be printed, this node will be printed, this will get hidden behind this node, and this node will be printed. So this one and this one won't be printed. Suppose the values were, suppose this was 10, 12, suppose this is, suppose 2 and this is 1, this is 3, this is 4, and suppose this is 5. So our output will look like 1, 2, 10, 12 and 5, correct? Now you can see here. Now let us take this sample input as our example. So the tree is, so here we have one node, one more node, one more right child, and after that we have one left child and one right child and one more right child, and the values are 1, 2, 5, 6, 3 and 4. Now when we see this tree from the top view, this node will be visible, this one will be visible, this one will be visible, and this one will be visible. This node won't be visible, and also this node won't be visible if you see from the top. So these two node will be hidden. So our output will be 1, 2, 5, 6, correct? So if you see here, the output is 1, 2, 5, 6, and here we have to complete this function top view, in which they are passing the initial root node, and you can see here the definition of the node and the binary search tree class. So how to approach this problem? For example, suppose this is my binary tree, correct? Our task is to just print the extreme left and extreme right nodes value, correct? So if you see here, for this kind of tree it is simple, correct? Let us take another tree, like suppose we have a tree like this type of node, one left child, right child, again left and right, left and right. Suppose we have a tree structure like this one. Now when we are going to view this tree from the top, we will be able to see this node, this one, this one, this one and this one. We want to be able to see this node and this node, means we will be able to see only the extreme left and extreme right, extreme left and extreme right, correct? Again this tree is a normal tree, we can easily write our logic. I will explain you the logic. Let us take one complex one, a simple complex one. For example, suppose this type of tree, suppose we have one more left child, right child, suppose right child and one more right child. Now here we have to apply our logic. Now if you see this tree from the top, you can see here we will be able to see this node, this node, this node. We won't be able to see this node, this will be hidden behind this node, so we won't be able to see this one. This node will get hidden behind this node, so we won't be able to see this node. This will be visible and this one will be visible. Again you can see here extreme left and extreme right. So if you see here this node is a part of extreme right, so we have to apply our logic accordingly. So let us take the same tree and let me explain you the logic. Our main task is to take extreme left and extreme right, correct? Two things, extreme left and extreme right. Now let me explain you the logic with a simple tree. Suppose this is a simple tree. Now suppose we have to take the extreme left and extreme right, correct? Now suppose I am assigning one variable x to this node, and whenever I am moving to the left side from this node, whenever I am moving to the left side, I am subtracting 1 from this current value, okay? And whenever I am moving to the right side, I am adding 1 to the current value. Suppose the current value, suppose here 10, so here my value will be 9 and here my value will be 11, correct? and these values are unique, and when the values are unique we can simply print that node. Let me explain you here how this logic will work. Now suppose I am taking one binary tree, the same simple complex binary tree. Suppose one more node, correct? Let me assign the value, suppose A, B, suppose P, Q, R, X, suppose Z. Now when we are going to see this tree from the top, we will be able to see this node, this one. We won't be able to see this node, because if you see from here, you can see here, this node will be hidden behind this node. This node will be hidden behind this node. We will be able to see this node, this one in the left side, and this one. Means we are able to see Z, P, A, B and X. This should be my output, correct? Now let us apply our logic. Suppose this is my root node. I have to start from here. Suppose I am taking a value 0 for this root node, and whenever I am moving to the left side, I have to subtract 1, and whenever I am moving to the right, I have to add 1 to my current value. Now let us move first right side. Suppose for this node the value will be 1, 0 plus 1, it will be 1, correct? Now when we are going to the left, our value will be minus 1 subtracted from 0. Now for this node, if you see here, for this node the value is minus 1. So whenever we are going to the left side, we have to do again minus 1. So it will be minus 2. And for right side, we have to add 1 to this current value. So it will be 0. Minus 1 plus 1, it will be 0. Again we are moving right side, so we have to add 1. So it will be 1. Again right side, again it will be added 1. So it will be 2. So these values are clear. Initially I have taken 0 for my root node, and whenever I am moving to the left side, I am subtracting 1, and whenever I am moving to the right side, I am adding 1. So for this node we have added 1, so the value became 1. Now we are moving to the left side, we have to subtract 1. So 0 minus 1, it will be 1. Now from this node, whenever we are going to the left side, we have to again subtract 1. So it will be minus 2, minus 1, minus 1, it will be minus 2. And for the right side, we have to add 1. So minus 1 plus 1, it will become 0. Again we are moving to the right side for this node. So 1 will be added, so it will be 0 plus 1, 1. And again we are moving to the right side. So 1 will be added, so the value will become 2. Now we are done with the assignment. Now the logic is quite similar to the previous problem. The level order, the previous problem was level order. So in level order we have to print in a level order. So there we have used a queue data structure, correct? Here also we will use the same queue data structure with one additional data structure, that will be dictionary. So let me explain you here how it will work. So what we have to use here? So here we have to use one queue data structure and another is one dictionary. So for this dictionary, my key will be this variable values, this minus 1, 0, minus 2 or anything, we'll see later on. And the values will be the node values, node data. So these things are clear. For my dictionary data structure, my key will be this variable values. This variable values will be my key and the values will be the node data. Means my key will be, for example, suppose for this root node, my key will be 0 and the values will be how much? Values will be A. For this node, my key will be minus 1 and the value will be P, correct? So it will work similarly for the rest of the node. So let us apply our logic here. So here we will use queue data structure. Suppose this is my queue. and our target will be to empty this queue. Our target will be to empty this queue. So suppose initially we have added a node A. Okay, we have added this node A. We will apply the same logic as the previous problem, level order. We will move level order and apply the same logic. Now suppose we have inserted this root node with the value A. Now our main task is to empty this queue. So you can see here, is this queue empty? No, this queue is not empty. So let us pop this element. So whenever we are going to pop this element A, so what we will do? So whenever this node is popped out, our task is to check whether the left child or the right child are present or not for this node. So you can see here, for this node, left and right both are present. So what we will do? We will insert both P and Q. P and not Q but B. Left child and right child. Now you can see here, this node which we have popped out is A. Now here we will introduce the dictionary concept. So initially this node was having value how much? This value, variable values, which was 0. Now we will check whether this value for this node is present in my dictionary or not. So initially my dictionary is empty, so this value was not present. So I will treat this as my key. So 0 will be my key and the value will be the node value, which is A. So we are done with this A. We are done with this A. Now next time again we will apply the same logic. This queue is not empty. So what we will do? We will simply pop out this P. So this P is popped out and its value assigned for this variable is -1. So whenever this node is popped out, our next task is to see whether the left child or the right child are present or not. So you can see here, left and right both are present. So what we have to do next? We have to insert in our Q. So Q value will be B. B was initially present. Next will be Z, and after that it will be Q. Z and Q, and B was present already for the previous node. Now we have inserted the left and the right child. Next target is we have to check whether this -1 is present in my dictionary or not. So -1 is not present. So what we will do? We will treat this as a key and the value will be P. So we are done over here. Now next target is we have to empty this queue. Again this queue is not empty. Now the next value is here B. So let us pop out this B. B is popped out and the value is 1. Value is 1. Now when we popped out this element, we will check whether the left child or the right child are present or not. So no left, no right. So nothing will happen over here. Our Q will be having value Z and Q. Now after that the next target is we have to check whether this 1 is present as a key in my dictionary or not. So 1 is not present, so we will treat this as a key and the value will be here B. Done. Again this queue is not empty. Our main target is to empty this queue. Again this queue is not empty. So let us pop out this element. So let us pop out this element Z, and the value with this Z is -2. Now after that when we popped out this element, our next target is to check whether the left child or the right child is present or not. So no left, no right. So we are done, only left with Q in our queue. Now after that the next target is we have to check whether this -2 is present in my dictionary or not. So -2 as a key is not present. So key will be -2, it will be inserted with the value Z. Correct? We are done. Now we are done with this Z. Again this queue is not empty. So let us pop out this queue and the value associated with this queue is 0. So when we popped out this queue, our next target is to check whether the left child or the right child is present or not. So left is not present here, but right is present. The right is R. Okay. Now after the insertion of left and right, our next target is to check whether this variable as a key is present in my dictionary or not. So you can see here 0 is present. So we are not going to insert this 0 as a key, because 0 is already present. That's why we have used this dictionary concept. Now we are not going to insert this element. Now if you see here, our queue is not empty. So what we will do, we will simply pop out this R, and the value with R is 1. And after that we will check whether the left child or the right child is present or not. So left is not present, right is present, and right is having value X. And after that we are going to check whether this variable 1 is present as a key in my dictionary or not. So if you see here, 1 is already present, so we are not going to insert this. Now again this key is not empty, so let us pop out this element X, and the value with X is 2. Now we are going to check whether the left child or the right child are present or not. So here both are not present, so our queue is empty. And after that we are going to check whether this 2 as a key present in my dictionary or not. So 2 is not present, so we will treat this 2 as a key, and the value will be the node value, which is X. So now we are done. So if you see here, our main task was to empty this queue. So this queue got empty and we are left with our result in our dictionary. So if you see here, Z, P, A, B and X. So you can see here Z, P, A, B and X. All the extreme left and extreme right are present over here. So we will simply print this dictionary values as our result. So this is the logic. So let us write our code here. So you can see here we have one, let me zoom this one. So if you see here, we have one variable level in our node. So we will treat this variable for our assignment of +1 and -1. So let us write our logic, and the data part is in info. So let us write our logic here. So our main task was to first take one queue. Suppose this is one empty queue, and after that we have to take one dictionary. D equal to suppose dictionary type. Now let us assign this one, like here we have assigned 0 to our root node, 0 to our root node. So let us assign 0 to our root node. So here you can see here they are passing the root, so let us assign 0 to this root, and the variable name is here level. Means in this node structure we have 4 things. If you see here, we have 4 things. We have left part, we have right part, one is data part with name info, and one is level, one name is level. We are going to use this level variable to update +1 and -1. So initially we are going to initialize with 0 for our initial root node. So this is my root node, means this is a node. So it will contain 4 things: left, right, info and level. So we are going to use the level variable for our assignment of 0 for the initial. So root dot level equal to 0. So we have assigned 0 to our initial root node, and this is our level variable. Means suppose in the node definition the data part is in a variable info, and we are using the variable part which is for +1 and -1 for left and +1 for right, and that variable name is level. That's why we have used root dot level equal to 0. Now our main task is to empty the queue. This is our queue, and our main task is to empty this queue. So before that let us assign queue dot append the initial node, which is root node. Correct? Our main task is to empty this queue. So let us use while loop. While length of queue, suppose while length of queue not equal to 0. Okay, while this length of queue is not equal to 0, then only we have to apply our logic, and our logic is quite simple. What we have learned over here means we will simply empty this queue and after that we will check whether left or right is present or not, and after that we will check whether that variable is present in my dictionary or not. If that variable is not present in the dictionary, then it will be the key of the dictionary and the node info part will be the value. So let us apply our logic here. Now we are going to check if root dot level means, if that root dot level means that variable is not in D. So initially we are checking in dictionary. If that variable is not in dictionary, if it is not in dictionary, then what we are going to do is, for the initial root node, for this root node, initially my key will be having value. Initially this queue will have root node, correct, and this root node is having 4 parts: left, right, info and level. So we are checking whether this level variable, which is initially 0, whether this 0 is present in my dictionary or not. Here we are checking if root dot level not in dictionary. So if root dot level is not in dictionary, so what we will do, we will treat that variable means root dot level as a key of my dictionary, and its value will be root dot info, correct. Means here my data part is in variable info and my variable part is the level. So here we are assigning this level as a key. In my dictionary, this root dot level will be the key and the value will be root dot info. Means initially for this root node, if the level value means this variable, this is my variable, correct, this level is my variable is this level. If this value is not present in my dictionary, if it is not present, then what we are doing, so initially it is 0, so 0 will be treated as a key in my dictionary and its value will be the info part, this info part, correct. So this is what I have written over here. Now we are done. Now next target is we have to check for this root node, we have to check if root dot left is not none, if it is not none, then what we have to do, we have to append in a queue. So q dot append root dot left, correct. We are going to append this left child in a queue, and after that we also have to do plus minus. Also we have to do -1 in the left child, means if you are traversing the left part, and +1 in the right. So here we have checked for the left part. Here we have checked for the left part. If it is present, then we are going to append, and also we have to -1. So root dot left child dot variable, and the variable name is level. In the root left child, in the level variable, what we have to do, we have to subtract -1 from the previous value, and the previous value is root dot level. Root dot level is my previous value. I have to subtract -1 from here, correct. Means, let me explain you here again one more time. So here suppose this is my root, and the variable in which we have assigned 0 was level, correct. This was my root, so your level value is 0. Now we have traversed in the left side, and left side one child was present, so we have put this child in a queue. Suppose this name was x, so we have appended this x in a queue, and after that we have to subtract -1 from this variable 0. So for this x dot level, correct, and this x dot level value will be assigned with root dot level minus 1. This is my current value, 0 is my current value, and I have to assign minus 1 over here. Means I have to subtract 1 from the current value. So current value is root dot level, and I am subtracting 1 in my current value, which will be assigned to the root dot left level. So this is my, suppose this node is x. If I am not writing over a x, then x will be root dot left, correct, and root dot left dot level. So this x is root dot left, this x is what, root dot left, and root dot left dot level is the variable name, and we are assigning with this current minus 1. So we have written the same here, and we'll write the same logic for the right. We are going to check if root dot right is not none, is not none. If it is not none, then we are going to do the same thing. Means we have to append q dot append the right, means root dot right child, correct, and after that we have to add 1 in the current value. So root dot right is the node, and in this node the variable is level. In this level I have to assign root dot level plus 1. For this right side, this is my node, we are done with the left, and for the right we have to assign plus 1 in our previous value, which was 0. So this root dot level was my previous value, and I have assigned plus 1 over here, same as the previous one. So we are done. This is the logic. It will work till our queue is not empty, and after that we have to print. After this we are going to simply print the dictionary. So let us print our dictionary, which is D, correct. We are done. So let us run this code and see. Okay, so we got here runtime error. So your code did not execute within the time limit. Okay, so what mistake we did here is, we forgot to pop out the element. So root equal to q dot pop. We have to pop out this q element, and we have to always pop the very first. Now let us run this code. We forgot to write that. Now you can see here our expected output is 1 to okay. You only need to print the values. So here we only need to print the values. So d dot values, correct. Now if you see here, they have printed in a single line without any bracket. If you use this d dot values, it will return a list. So let us apply one unpack operator, and let us run this code. So you can see here it got executed successfully. So let us submit this code. So you can see here 5 test cases got failed. Oh my god. So you know why? This is cause initially, if you see here, we have to print if this was my tree, then I have to print from left to right, means in a sorted order. So no need to worry, let us simply sort this for I in sorted dictionary, and let us print the value. Print, we have to simply use print d of I, means we have sorted this dictionary and we are going to print from left to right. So d of I, let me zoom this one, d of I, and we have to print in a single line. So let us use one separator, end equal to, and separator is space. So we are done. Let us submit this code. So we are done. Let us submit this code. So you can see here, congratulations, we are done with all the hidden test cases. So our logic was correct. their requirement was to print from left to right, means their requirement was to print from left to right. That's why we have sorted our dictionary and we have printed from left to right. So this was the problem, means here we have used one dictionary and one queue. So if you have learned something new, please do give thumbs up and subscribe to our channel Coding Cart, and stay tuned for the next videos. Thanks for watching.